Everybody, how we doing today? Let me just check on everything. So we're doing something a little different today. A little bit different, guys. We're live streaming, we're multi-streaming. We're streaming on every different platform: TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to me over there, TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, these are the big three. These are what I'm going to be streaming on going forward. So we got a multi-stream going. Let me sign into the chat here. Hold on one second. Sign into the chat. Log me out of everything because I had to reconnect it all. What's up, AZ Electric? Good to see you, man. Been a while since I did a live stream. Crypto Toad, what's going on? Fox Mulder, hello. Okay, cool. We've got the chat coming up. Everything is good to go. What's up, Fox Mulder? Always good to see you in the chat. Guys, am I still bullish on PulseChain? What do you think? I'll let you be the judge. I'll let you decide. But we're going to talk about everything latest going on in PulseChain and the ecosystem. Huge updates, bullish stuff, hilarious drama. I mean, there's never a dull moment. Okay, you got another lawsuit from the Wiener guy who's not looking too good. You know, it's really, he's already got an amicus brief signed for him. He's got, you know, Ben Dubard from the state of South Carolina literally going into the court because he's a resident there. I think if this guy knew what he was in for after his $400 loss because he bought high, sold low, I don't think he would have ever signed up. I blame the lawyers. I blame the snake lawyers that think this is an easy target. You know, because class action lawyers, they just look for a couple red flags and they're in over their head too, right? With this latest lawsuit, which the market doesn't seem to really care about at all, by the way. The market's like, oh, we got another lawyer from the Wiener boy. The Wiener boy is nothing compared to the SEC, right? We've already got basically the final boss of final bosses, which is the SEC. So for the Wiener guy, and if you're listening, Mr. Wienerman from the Grumpy Wiener, I forgot your name. It's not worth remembering, but if you are listening, you can still turn back. You can still choose the winning team. You know, these lawyers are not going to really help you as much as you think they are. So, I mean, if you spent all that money that you're about to spend on these lawyers, I hope you're listening. If you just put that money that you're about to spend on this legal team, that's not going to go anywhere, and just buy PulseChain right now, your risk to reward is insanely high. What are you going to do? Win the $400 back? Piss off a bunch of people? Not be able to show your face in town? Guys, what's going on in the chat? Crypto Khalil, what's going on? Hex Amigo, what's up from Australia? What is going on? It's great to see all you guys, whether you're watching on TikTok or X, or of course YouTube. Now let me refresh my X profile, make sure we're streaming on here. Yes, we are. We are streaming. How do you like the orange background? Guys, Ethereum is looking much better than Bitcoin right now. Why? Why, you ask? Latest news in the cryptocurrency space. Bitcoin Mt. Gox trustee is finally returning the Bitcoin to all those guys that lost their Bitcoin. So if you've been living under the rock, under a rock, not the rock, if you are thinking about, or if you're just new to crypto, if you're just getting in, right, you might not know what's happening. Mt. Gox Exchange stands for Magic the Gathering Exchange. It used to be the only place you could buy Bitcoin. There used to be one little exchange you could buy Bitcoin on when Bitcoin was like $5, $10. And all these people that bought Bitcoin on this one single exchange 10 years ago, they got hacked and hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin were stolen. Today that's worth billions of dollars. But back in the day, it was only worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe a couple million. So these legal things take a long time. These legal things take a very long time to actually get done. Right now there's $9 billion worth of Bitcoin being paid back to the Mt. Gox victims that got hacked 10 years ago. Now, for these guys, think about it. It was a blessing in disguise, wasn't it? Because if they bought Bitcoin at $10 and were forced to hold it for 10 years, now they get it back at $60,000. And how many people, how many regular Joe Schmoes off the street just bought Bitcoin and said, I'm going to hold this for 10 years. It's $10. Oh, it went to $1,000, but you know what? I'm still going to hold it because I think it's going to $100,000. Not many people. Very, very, very few people. So really, this is the best possible scenario for the people that got hacked in Mt. Gox. So congratulations to those guys for being early to Bitcoin. You're not early anymore. You're not early to Bitcoin anymore. It's 15 years old. The Mt. Gox creditors from 10 years ago back when there was only one single exchange. They're getting paid out. And what do you think is going to happen when these guys that bought Bitcoin at less than $100 get $60,000 Bitcoin credited back to them? What do you think they're going to do with it? They're going to do exactly what I would do if I was them, which would be take profit and dump it, dump it, right? So I'd be dumping it. I don't blame them because there's newer stuff, there's better stuff. You got Ethereum with the ETF around the corner. You got PulseChain still below SAC price. It's only a year old. People understand this by now. People understand that the newer stuff pumps harder. It's not really a mystery here. So, while Bitcoin is looking bearish in the near term because the Mt. Gox hacked victims are finally getting paid back, Ethereum's actually looking very bullish. Ethereum is looking very, very bullish because the ETF is around the corner on July 2nd. Mr. Gary Gensler, previously anti-crypto, basically had to admit defeat because BlackRock gets what they want. The Finkelberry, Larry Fink, you ever heard of him? Owns BlackRock. BlackRock owns the world. Look, this guy, they forced the SEC's hand. Okay, now there's some regulation in place suggesting that the CFTC should actually be handling legitimately decentralized cryptos. But that's neither here nor there because Gary was quoted as saying the Ethereum filings, the S1 forms, are going, I think he said they're right on track. That was a quote from him. They're right on track. What's going on? Let's just say hi to the chat, everybody. Hey, Coffee. He's been eating too much sausage indeed. Hey, CC, the PTGC and UFO community is here. Shout out to the Grays cryptocurrency. I think it's got a pretty good price chart. Shall we check on the Grays currency price chart just for those guys real quick? Oh, sorry guys. Let's go check on the Grays cryptocurrency price chart, shall we? So let's see here. PTGC. Let's see if it's still looking good and whatnot. I like these guys, so I'll show their chart just because I like them. Oh, wow. It's almost retraced all the way back to that previous high in November. So looks like it might be at a critical support line right here. It did very, very well in the, in the PulseChain bull. These guys managed to, the PulseChain bear market, the alien community managed to capture a lot of attention. Now, I like aliens. I like the memes. I like the lore. I'm always game for a good UFO video or documentary. I'm sure a lot of you guys are too. Conspiracy theorist freaks out there. I'm following the alien saga, right? The UFOs, the UAPs, the fake alien invasion. Get ready for it. So yeah, it looks like if this dips a little bit more, it'd be a good buying opportunity. Potentially. I know the guy, Coach K or whatever. Not Coach K. One of the main, not the founder, but one of the main promoters of it. A good dude. So PTGC, shout out to your gains. I think B-Roots is a fan as well. So shout out to the Mad Gains. Congratulations on your gains, bros. His name is Sausage Eater. Yeah, he doesn't have a name. Sausage Eater. Hex Logic says orange. Welcome, Tangang, if you're here. If you're here. I got an orange background for you guys. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Athos Arujo. Sami video is hilarious on this. It is. I actually watched it. I don't have time to watch a whole lot of videos these days, but I wanted to understand what Ben Dubard had to do with it. So I just actually messaged him. And he told me that basically because he's a resident of South Carolina, the good Carolina, as Nuclear Herb says, he was able to show up in court and basically represent the other side of the story. Not to mention, Matty Allen, shout out to Matty Allen, getting an amicus brief signed for the low cost of $100,000. Lol. But no, that's actually awesome, and we are going to be working together, I think, to also prove that with the petition. Here's something new. With the petition that you guys all did, 44,000 of you, 90% of which are actually real people. How do I know that? Because I verified the emails using a verification service. So basically, if it bounced back as a spam email, let's say we don't count all the spam emails, well, 90% of them are legit. So 44,000 times 90%, that's about 40,000 real people, globally, by the way, that signed this petition. And I think this is going to help the anti-Wiener Boy case as well. Not like that's like the SEC is the big kahuna, okay? They're the final boss, but for a little Wiener Boy side quest, this is going to help. So thank you to everybody. Probably everybody in the chat has signed that petition back in the day. Logic RH nephew in the house. RG nephew in the house. That's right. Keep that conspiracy theory going. Keep that conspiracy theory alive. All right. Digital Farmer says, hey, coffee. Mark Rostelli says, the master teacher. What's up, Mark? Good to see you as always. The master teacher, the best for PLS and Hex, Deep Dish Pizza and Kryptonia. Thanks, coffee. Thank you for coming as always, Mark Rostelli. Also, let me just give you a wrench because you are always here, and I like that. Let me see. I got to actually go to YouTube, damn it. Let's see.
There's nothing more powerful.
Oh, God. Imagine not having YouTube Premium. My other account has ads on it. Ugh, brutal. Guys, pay $10 a month for YouTube Premium. It's worth it. All right, Mark Rostelli, you get a wrench. Paola says, it is not if, but when the green candles will light up our daily life. I agree with you, Paola. I agree with you. The red candles are coming. Reminds me of that South Park with, who was it? It was like the dragons. The dragons are coming, guys. I totally swear. They're right around the corner, guys. The dragons are coming. Hawk Tour the like button, folks. That's right. Hawk Tour. Know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever made that meme coin. Got their 15 minutes of fame and a couple of days of pumpage. That meme is going to come and go quicker than the he's not real girl, I think. But hey, the crypto community does not ignore a good meme. We're here to cash in. We're here to whore ourselves out to a good meme, aren't we? Hex Amigo says there's a good case to hold Hex long term. There is a good case. There's a good case to hold Hex long term. Fiat Capital, drinking coffee while watching coffee, peak life. Shout out to Fiat Capital, one of the successful degens out there. He's got a paid group, but hey, nothing wrong with that as long as it's working. So, shout out to you, Fiat Capital. Feel my pulse, Pulse Mafia. Hey, I'm gonna be interviewing Pulse Mafia. This is the creator of Pulse Pot and Pulse Predict. Yeah, that guy's name is Jacob. He's going to be coming on my channel right after this. So I've got about 2 hours with you here. We're going to take a half-hour break, and then we're going to bring Jay PulsePot back. So, yeah, the prediction markets, the gambling, the on-chain gambling. I don't like gambling. I don't think you should gamble, but I know a lot of people out there are degenerate gamblers. Let's be honest. A lot of you guys just sit in front of a screen and click buttons all day, don't you? Then you cry on Twitter when the price doesn't go the direction you want. Not you guys in the chat, but, everyone else, right? Everyone else. Crypto Compassion. Hello. Hello, Crypto Compassion. Good to see you. I know that guy. I've met him. Hey, we got wieners in the chat. Put a hot dog in the chat, guys. Or not, because screw that guy. Feel my pulse says check on Pulse Mafia chart and join the game. So there's a game coming to PulseChain. We're going to learn about it. That's on the next stream, okay? I haven't done a whole lot of research into Pulse Mafia. There's going to be like a gamification type of crypto thing. It's interesting, right? We don't really have a legitimate game that people actually like, that people are actually playing, right? So we'll see. I'm more so, I also really just kind of like his betting, gambling stuff because people do gamble whether you like it or not. So it's like, if you have a city and even if you don't want people to drink, but you want to compete with the city, an hour away, you're probably still going to have a bar and a nightclub because, people are going to want that. And maybe they can be convinced that long-term holding, delayed gratification, staking your hex is wholesome behavior, and degenerate gambling is, it's cool, right? Like it's fun for people that know how to contain themselves. But it also leads to a lot of misery, right? Good to see you streaming, sir. Thank you, the Herc. Obito Uchula, definitely not worth it, lol. What's not worth it? Is Wiener Boy responsible for all the costs he's incurred? I don't know. I think, I don't really know how that works. I'd imagine if they don't get anything out of the case, I'd imagine he might be responsible. Yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like it's the lawyers preying on Wiener Boy a little bit. Wiener Boy just graduated college, so he knows not what he does, right? Maybe we can forgive him one day. I've seen some predictions for the 2 cents pulse. The hopium is strong. Yeah, 2 penny pulse could be around the corner. Why do I say this? Well, there's a guy out there. That's been seen supporting the price of his own coin. And people don't realize this. When we get a big pump, everyone's like, oh, but all those people that are, they're holding now, they're just going to dump at a 2x or a 3x. I think you'll be surprised how many people change their mind in a heartbeat after we do a 5x or a 10x. All those people that say, oh, I can't wait to get out of here. I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to leave. Screw this community. Screw you guys. I'm going home. A lot of those guys, when a 5x comes around, they're going to be buying more. It's hard to believe, I know. It's hard to believe. Everyone's got a plan until the green candles come in. Then you buy the top. People are just very simple. People are very, very simple-minded. Emotional investors, which ironically is not the way to do crypto. You want to buy when times are bad, as long as you know that these things are going to be around. How do I know? Why am I confident in PulseChain? The community's still here. They're still building. Look on chain. Look at all the metrics, right? If I saw people giving up, rage quitting, if I didn't see the community getting bigger, maybe I'd be a little concerned. I mean, yeah, there's daily drama. People are fighting, going at each other's throats, but at least they're talking. They're talking about PulseChain. Now, some of these people are very misguided, okay? Imagine talking shit about a chain that you literally have in your profile picture, and you based your whole entire community and identity on it, and then all of a sudden you're fudding your own bags. We do see that, but they're still talking about it. They're still talking about it. Outbound messaging, guys, not internal cannibalization. Outbound messaging. It's really easy to do. Crypto Africa Gaming Studios says, always great to see you on the stream. Thank you, Crypto Africa. Parmesh says, hey guys, is there any video tutorial on how to end stake PulseChain hex stakes created / staked on Staker app? Yeah, if you use the Staker app, they've only got a web app version right now, so you'll need to log into web.staker.app and restore your keys over there to get your money out. Staker app does not exist anymore. They shut down the shop because I guess no one was using it or it was too expensive to maintain. I don't know. Very disappointing. We've got hexscout.com now as an alternative, or gopulse.com. You could stake your hex right here. I'd say, yeah, if you get out of Staker app, absolutely, if you can. But if you want to end stake your hex on PulseChain, I've got a complete hex staking guide. It's pinned in my YouTube profile. It's pinned right there. It's the, for returning subscribers, the complete ultimate hex staking guide for 2024. Shows you how to start stake, end stake, what are the penalties, how to make a ladder. It's all free. Or if you want even more hand holding, I've got a course about that. I do. Or you can book a call with me one-on-one to see if you're a good fit for mentorship. If you want one-on-one mentorship, very, very exclusive, one-on-one. I'm actually offering that now, only if you're a good fit. But you're talking about the Staker app in particular. I would go to David Feeder. David Feeder will show you how to get your private keys and then just restore them onto a normal MetaMask wallet. Yeah, very disappointing with Staker app, huh? So if you still got Hex over there and you haven't heard about it by now, get it out of there. Get it out of there. So how are we looking on TikTok? Let me see. TikTok. Are we actually streaming live on TikTok?
Is it possible?
Let's see here. God, I hate TikTok so much. You know what I hate about TikTok is just everything on there is designed to siphon your attention. Everything's just flashing. They play videos right away. They don't it comes out playing, right? You don't just, yeah, it's really bad. Oh, cool. I am live. Live on TikTok. Everybody subscribe on TikTok. Let's get a presence over there. Let's get the degen, rat brain, attention span of an ant type of folks. Get them all over into Hex. Get them into PulseChain, right? All right. What else, guys? What else? July 2nd is a big day in crypto. July 2nd is a big day. That's when the Ethereum ETFs are going to be approved. Now, look, what can you expect? Maybe not an overnight pump. Look what happened to Bitcoin, right? Some people do sell the news, but we could have a pretty cool. Some people are calling it on-chain summer. I don't know. That's what the base guys want. They want on-chain summer. Toby Wan, hello. Good to see you, Toby Wan. Good to see you, Toby Wan. I think people should spend time actually gambling seriously so they really know what luck variance feels like. Yeah, like professional poker players and stuff. Yeah, that's That's the top 0.001% of gamblers. But yeah, if you do, like one time I memorized, what is it, perfect strategy for blackjack. You could do it in like a plane ride, right? Just get an app. There's like a table that you memorize for blackjack. So it's basically a whole bunch of if-thens. If you get these two cards, there's a perfect way to play that particular hand via probability. And if you do it perfectly, I think you get a 49.8% win rate. Maybe it's a little bit less than that. But yeah, if you memorize it, and you go to a casino and you don't get drunk and you actually focus and you learn about, if you're playing poker, you got to learn about like psychology and all this crazy stuff. You know, if you want to be a pro gambler, it's hard work. Hard work. Just look at that one guy. What was his name? He used to be a crypto guy. He went to go be a pro poker player. Or maybe vice versa. Doug Polk. Remember Doug Polk? I wonder if he's still around. Bullish on the whole PulseChain ecosystem. Me too. Me too, everybody. And don't sleep on this today. INC token. Guys, INC token. A lot of people don't even know this is a Richard Hart coin. Okay, this is the incentive reward coin that you get for yield farming. So we've got PulseX up 14% today. INC is up 4%. Pulse is basically doing nothing today. And then Hex. We're not... Conveniently, my little face in the corner is covering the price of Hex. And that's a good thing. We're going to keep it that way, guys. Hex at new lows, but eHex had a pump today. Who knows? Who knows, guys? eHex might still be in the game. It doesn't sound like Richard wants it to be. He probably feels like it's easier to pump less coins. But we're seeing the ratio almost reestablished. I mean, it's at like a 4-to-1 ratio again. Like, I mean, technically at these lows, with the amount of liquidity in eHex, here's a crazy conspiracy theory, right? How much liquidity is actually in eHex? Let's find out together. Let's go to DEXscreener.com. We're going to go to eHex and see on the PulseChain side, right? So of all the hex that's been migrated over, there's only $1 million. Well, maybe, yeah, about $1 million if you don't count the 9-inch one. Well, hold on a second. Yeah, this is not real. Look at this one. $1 million of eHex pooled with $1,000 of DAI. That's bogus. You gotta be careful about that. Watch my last video to learn about liquidity, right? But there's only $1 million of like eHex liquidity roughly on PulseX and 9-inch. 9mm got like the sell wall, the scammy sell wall. It would not be hard to pump eHex up to parity with pHex. It would not take very much money from a certain individual or a certain entity. So, look, I don't actually think it's going to happen, right? But if that guy changed his mind and all of a sudden just wanted to pump eHex, can you imagine how crazy that would be? And if it's somehow locked in the 1-to-1 parity ratio, I think everybody would lose their minds. Man, imagine the ride that we'd all be on if somehow eHex came back and reached parity. Just like parity with pHex. Because there's low liquidity on PulseChain, right? But then you can't guarantee that people... Like, I guess the question becomes, is the market smart enough to know that they're two different coins? Is the market going to maintain... If they did peg at 1-to-1, would the market really be that dumb to be like, okay, well, it's Hex is Hex. They're both worth the same, even though one is on Ethereum when you can't stake it on the PulseChain. I don't know. But here would be a cheap time to figure that out. I mean, relatively cheap, right? If you buy the price up to parity with pHex. Thank you for the subscription. Oh, Fast Abdul donated TRY through Super Chat. What currency is that, huh? TRY currency. 110 Turkish lira, possibly the most... The Turkish lira is possibly the worst currency out there right now. I don't know if there's many currencies worse than the Turkish lira. So 110 Turkish lira is $4, $3.30. It's quite the generous guy, that Fast Abdul. Go check out 2Fucks, by the way. I've been enjoying the yield over on 2Fucks. Not only can you provide liquidity for coins you like, you know, a lot of platform tokens like Mintra. Hey, we got another one. The Czar. We got the ZAR over here. What is ZAR? South African Rand. Thanks for the rands, bruh. 40 rands. See all these terrible currencies? 40 rands is $2. Guys, it's always the same with fiat currency. It's a race to the bottom. They're all printing more. They're all printing it to oblivion. Every country's doing this. The USA is just doing it a little bit slower than every other country. Literally. It's a race to the bottom. Crypto in general is a hedge against rampant inflation by unelected bureaucrats, the shadow government. I can't say Rothschilds because I'll get kicked off the internet. Hey, Fast Abdul. Maximus DAO tokens on 2FUX. Yeah, so of the opportunities on 2FUX, right, you've got Maximus DAO. Let me just show you guys. And like, you can maybe talk to the original Fux team if you have a legit project. I don't think they're just going to add every old meme coin. But if you want to get a gauge for the Fux pools and then maximize that yield on the 2FUX pools, right? Here's a cool one. You got the INC sync. So people that are INC holders and PulseX holders and, you know, Fux believers. Oh, this can't be right. 2,000% in the stability pool? That can't be right. I don't know. Yeah, take some of these with a grain of salt. But look, also stablecoin liquidity. People don't realize how much stablecoin liquidity is actually locked in Fux. That's what makes it valuable, right? So let me show you guys something. This is an uncomfortable truth for a lot of people. What's more valuable when it comes to TVL? Because I can take $100,000 of shitcoin A and I can take $100,000 of shitcoin B, pair them together and say, boom, I've got $200,000 of liquidity, right? Don't fall for the tricks, everybody. And they're not they're not like legitimate tricks, but it's inflated, is what I'm saying. So if we go to locked, is it locked? No. Let's go to liquidity, right? So you're going to see the top four. Obviously 9mm, 9-inch, Fux, and PulseX. SparkSwap is up there too. Daytona is doing okay. These claim to have a lot of liquidity, right? But what's more important than the total liquidity is how much of that liquidity is paired to either the layer 1 PLS or stablecoins. So the ratio of stablecoin liquidity to other liquidity is important because at the end of the day, say whatever you want, but that's what people care about, right? People care about the USD. You know, people aren't pricing eggs and milk and bread in, you know, PP tokens. Not yet. One day maybe I'll PP will become the global reserve currency. But for now, right? So Fux has 14 million in TVL, and a lot of that too is in stablecoin liquidity. So, and you can get paid a lot for providing stablecoin liquidity. You can make over 100% APY, 170% APY by taking all the stablecoins, USDL, you know, the PulseX stablecoin, the PLS backed stablecoin, and all the bridged ones. Put them all together, you could be making 170% APY. It's kind of crazy. Now, it's not a good time to be sidelined, right? Like that's one of the reasons they're paying so well is because if you are in stablecoins right now, you're basically missing out on the opportunity of the potential pumpage, the potential moon ride that we have in front of us. So, you know, as a way to take profit though, if you're sitting in some stables or if you just always have some cash on hand, not the worst idea in the world to experiment with some of these pools, right? Not the worst idea. If you're just sitting around anyway, if you got stables just sitting around, you could be making crazy high yield on them. It's kind of nuts. You are taking risk though. You're taking risk that the platforms and the protocols are going to be around and no bugs and all that stuff. You're taking a risk that the 2FUX platform and the PHUX platform themselves are going to be working fine, which they have been, but you never know, right? They're audited. They're forks of existing stuff, but if you're ready for that risk, you could make some yield on your stables. Anyway, Acid Thunder says RH could pump eHex just to make an all-time high on the original hex. Make the stats look nice. Exactly. He totally could do that. But ever since the eHex nuke tweet, I really don't think... I think if he did that, I mean, people would just be... I think people might just spontaneously combust because I would not know how to handle that. I'd be like, Richard, what the hell are you doing? Like, I mean, he can change his mind, right? Guy can change his mind, but it would be hilarious. I mean, it would be hilariously chaotic and absurd if that happened. A great way to enter card counting is Arnold Snyder's book, Black Belt in Blackjack. I played professionally through college. It can be done. It can be done. Just, yeah, guys, if you want to devote your life to games and gambling and winning, go ahead, but not a lot of people make it. It's like being a professional day trader, right? People do it. People can be professional day traders. But, you know, a 25-year-old kid living in their mom's basement that thinks he's hot shit because he can draw lines on a chart and he took a course, like, they're not going to make it. Take it from me, I mean, I have experience in attempting to be a day trader. From, can you believe it, Tone Vase. I took Tone Vase's course. Ugh. Cringe. Learn from my mistakes, everybody. Unless you dedicate your life, you go work for a prop shop for years, get a degree in finance, maybe get your CFA. I don't know if that helps. Get your Series 7, whatever they're doing nowadays, and then get some real experience at a trading desk where you can learn like order books and stuff that really matters. I mean, even go become like a quant if you want, like if you're really good at that. And there's people using AI and stuff to outperform you. So I typically tell the 99% of people out there that trading doesn't work. Don't even try it. See, people in crypto always think that crypto is trading. They're like, oh, how do I be a better day trader? That's one of the most commonly asked questions in crypto. The answer to that question is don't trade. Stop it. What are you doing? You're wasting all this time. You're drawing triangles and pennants. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. If you're lucky, you break even, like me. I didn't lose a whole bunch of money trading, but I wasted a whole lot of time. And a good friend of mine, my roommate at the time, he wasn't so lucky. He lost his entire life savings, 50 grand at the time. Borrowed 50 grand more from his parents, lost that too. Because he wanted to be a trader. Now, he was in stonks, I was in crypto. So I think the fact that I was in crypto means that I could fuck up a lot, but the rising tide still lifted all ships. I was still saved by the fact that what little Bitcoin I had left just kept going up. Crypto it's forgiving in a way, as long as you stay in the game, right? Just don't die in crypto. It's a game of attrition. Carol Tonder says, cheers. I got a question as a non-pulse chainer. What's the difference between hex and hex on PulseChain on CoinMarketCap? Hey, that's a great question. Real Miyamo says, what is the difference on CoinMarketCap between hex on PulseChain and hex on Ethereum? This is the kind of stuff that I'm here for. This is the kind of stuff. I love, new people coming in. It's confusing, right? So this hex over here that you see on the screen, this is the original hex. This is the hex that's number 2 on the list. This is called, sometimes people call it eHex. It's hex that's native to Ethereum. It's got a price about 5 times lower than the hex on PulseChain. So when PulseChain launched, the chain split, okay? It was a fork. So the blockchain history is going one way on Ethereum, then all of a sudden it forked and it split out a new history the moment that PulseChain launched, the millisecond that PulseChain launched, okay? So now there's a new timeline, basically. You can think of it like the old timeline and the new timeline. And now when PulseChain launched, everybody's coins were copied. So this happened on May 13th, 2023. If you had Chainlink on Ethereum, if you had 100 Chainlink on Ethereum, you now have 100 Chainlink on PulseChain if you were holding during that time. If you had 100 Shiba on Ethereum, you now have 100 Shiba on PulseChain. If you had 1,000 Hex on Ethereum, you also have 1,000 Hex on PulseChain if you were holding the coins at that time. Now, just because you have a one-for-one copy quantity-wise doesn't mean that the prices are the same. So the prices are different, the liquidity is different, people are trading them differently. For example, PDAI, right? It's a stablecoin on Ethereum. It's worth almost half a penny on PulseChain. So if you had $1,000, right, on Ethereum of stablecoins, you've got like 40, 50 bucks of free money, but that stablecoin's not worth $1 on PulseChain. You get it? So hex on PulseChain is the hex that is native to PulseChain when the network forked off of Ethereum. The price of hex on PulseChain is much higher, and it's got much more liquidity, And it's got much more utility, right? Because you can actually stake and unstake on PulseChain for much cheaper. The problem with Hex on Ethereum, the whole reason PulseChain was invented was because staking and unstaking was way too expensive. It was costing people hundreds of dollars of Ethereum gas fees to end their stakes on Hex. So to save the Hex users and enrich everybody else, the network split on May 13th. So you can still buy the old Hex. You can still buy the old Hex if you want, but not a lot of people, not as many people are anymore. Hey, Toby Wan, thank you for the tip. We're going to get to that very, very soon. Very, very soon. But yeah, that's the difference. So basically, Hex, the second Hex in the list on CoinMarketCap is the old Hex, okay? Hex Classic, the Ethereum native Hex. Now, people do bridge it over into PulseChain, and you can trade it over on PulseChain kind of as a meme coin. But the Hex with the circle around it, when you see the Hex on PulseChain, on CoinMarketCap, that's the Hex that's native to PulseChain. Now you'll notice too, like look at the screen too. I just moved the screen over. The price of Hex on PulseChain is half a penny. The price of Hex on Ethereum is 1/10 of a penny. So if you want to stake your Hex, right? If you want to stake Hex, if you want the one with more liquidity and better price performance and probably a brand new chart and more utility, because the chart started over, right, for Hex on PulseChain, started over on May 13th. Probably going to want to go with the Hex on PulseChain first, okay? If you want to buy Hex on Ethereum as a meme coin, that's fine. But don't also be tricked into thinking, a lot of like normies out there, they don't realize, they just look at the Hex on Ethereum and they're like, oh, it's wrecked. And yes, it's wrecked on both chains, okay? It's not looking great. The price is not good right now on either chain. But if you're going to stake it, if you're going to buy the one with, in my opinion, more potential, right? Buy the Hex on PulseChain, which is a little bit more expensive, but you'll get better deals, more liquidity, all that stuff. What are my thoughts on the community organizing and working together kind of like a think tank? Well, Hyper Sniper, that's kind of what's happening already in real time. I mean, we are kind of a think tank already, but it's very disorganized. Very disorganized. So, the good ideas will float to the top, I believe, no matter what. But if you want to organize people together, put them all in a room, make a think tank, be my guest. Hyper Sniper, that's there's a bunch of ideas out there. It might work out. Why not try it? Toby Wan, thank you for the tip. Thank you. Definitely not advocating gambling. Vast majority fail at gambling, day trading, etc. But the delusion that you will be the 1% that beats the odds is what gets you wrecked. Time better spent dollar cost averaging in products like RH Core. Hashtag not financial advice. Well, Toby, that's for not financial advice. It's pretty good advice. Hexamigo says, fuck staring at screens for 16 hours a day trading, better things to do. That's another thing too. It's like the more you actually, like real traders, from what I hear, right? You can like the Chat with Traders podcast and stuff. Most of these guys, they wake up in the morning, they check on the charts and the news for a couple hours, they go about their day, and at the end of the day, maybe they log back in for another half hour to an hour. They don't actually spend a lot of time trading. Like, they don't actually spend a lot of time staring at the screen because they've got their plan, they know what to do. They've got their alerts, they've got their news, maybe they've got some bots, some algorithms going for them. And all they need to do is a couple calculations of, is this a good condition A, condition B, condition C? But they don't just stare, okay? They don't just stare. They're not like cracked out on Adderall fucking doom scrolling through Twitter, right? What some of you out there might be doing. Diamond Handed Degenerate says, Waffy. Whip the Waffy. Fast Abdul says, no apphex.win working for me. Let me try. I'll try it live. Crypto Khalil. Apphex.win. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. Let's check out the charts. Seems to be oh, wait. Yeah, it's working. Nope, never mind. It's not. Yeah, maybe the API is down or something. The PulseChain stats are working fine, though. Let's take a look, guys. Look, total active wallets. 1 million total active wallets within the first year. Look at this chart, guys. This is the kind of stuff where it's information asymmetry. You know what I mean? From the outside looking in, people are like, oh, PulseChain, ghost chain, it's dead, blah, 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 because they're just talking out of their ass. They don't know. But when you look at the on-chain metrics, there's $500 million of TVL. There's $30 million going through the DEX every day in volume daily. Daily. And you can't lie about this because it's on-chain blockchain data. There's 1 million total active wallets. Now, is this 1 million people? No, probably not. It's probably like 200,000, maybe 100,000 people. I don't know, 50,000. But it's a lot of people. Guys, critical mass. The snowball is too big to be rolled back up the hill. Daily active wallets, about 10,000. We've been as high as 45K. So 10,000 daily active users. I mean, this is going to kind of go up with the price, obviously. About 500,000 daily transactions. Today, not as many. Look, it's a little bit of a boring time right now. But look at this, guys. This is real people. $28 billion of million dollars, my mistake, of DAI stablecoin bridged in. That's a good metric to know because stablecoin liquidity is more important, like I said earlier. Stablecoin liquidity is more important than any other liquidity because that's what all this stuff is priced in at the end of the day. When people want to run, for the hills, okay, when they want to exit, they want to sell, dump, what do you think they're going to sell for? Dollars, okay, dollars. The US dollar is still the world reserve currency, whether you like it or not. Maybe one day it'll be PulseChain. Left House Crypto Art says coffee for the win. Hey, RH tweeted. Hello, RH tweeted. He says. Let's take a look at the RH tweet. Hey, Bitcoin market makers, if you don't provide liquidity to the ETH BTC pair, then when governments like Germany dump their BTC as they've been doing from their $3 billion stack, it doesn't pull down ETH as much with it because of Hart's law. I'm cool with ETH going up. Everybody pull your ETH BTC liquidity. That's another good point, guys. Not only are the Mt. Gox coins getting dumped, but Germany, guys, Germany sells Bitcoin. Let me read you the news, okay? The German government has been actively involved in the sale of seized Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable, bro. According to recent reports, the government has moved at least $195 million worth of Bitcoin to exchanges. Now, that's not like devastating, but they've got billions. Okay, so they're indicating that they're going to dump it. The German government is taking profit because Wall Street's in, sparking concerns about the impact of cryptocurrency. Hey, I guess I'll just parrot Richard's message as well. Anybody out there that's providing ETH Bitcoin liquidity, pull it. Don't let the bad guys win. Yes, the German government is the bad guys in this situation. Yeah, because I mean, if you pull the liquidity from ETH BTC, then the price of Ethereum priced in Bitcoin terms, which I think it's about 20 to 1 currently. Let's pull that chart up. We'll talk about it. Okay. Let's pull that chart up. ETH BTC trading view. All right. Yeah, it's about 0.05, which means it's about 20 Ethereum to 1 Bitcoin. This is a very important chart, though, because it's Bitcoin's dominance over Ethereum specifically. These are the top 2 cryptocurrencies, and just look at this. I'll go to the weekly chart because we need to zoom out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. All you guys looking at a 15-minute chart, you're lost. You're absolutely misguided. All right. So we've had all-time highs on this in previous cycles where Ethereum spiked up to 0.08. Earlier, it was even 0.1. And so we're not nearly at the point yet where Ethereum has popped out and broken out against Ethereum, or against Bitcoin, rather. So look at this chart and you could be bullish about Ethereum. Typically in every cycle, as a general statement, not specific, as a general rule of thumb, Bitcoin pumps first, then Ethereum, then altcoins, because it kind of trickles in. Bitcoin is the spear for normies. Okay, all the normies are in now. Now they've got their eyes on Ethereum. So BlackRock, Vanguard, 21, like ARK, these guys are all going to launch Ethereum ETFs. then all the mom and pop shops and 401ks, private equity, investment funds, they're going to be aping into ETH on behalf of their clients who are just everyday people that want to allocate 1 or 2% of their portfolio into the new crypto thing, Ethereum. So they've heard about this new crypto thing. It's not really new. It's almost 10 years old, but Ethereum is better than Bitcoin right now because it hasn't had its pump yet. Look at this. It hasn't in each cycle. Look what happened last cycle. 0.01 to 0.08. So if we go from 0.05, even if we only do like a double, even if we only do even if we only go to like 0.07, that's still going to be very, very good for the price of Ethereum. Germans always causing problems. I like the Germans for the most part. Let's see. Jay Perry says, how can you sell your eHex on MetaMask? It's blocking the transaction. Yeah, that's a good question, Jay Perry. Do not use MetaMask swap. Do not use it. Like a lot of people within MetaMask, they just use the swap feature. So first of all, they block Hex because they're corrupt and they're terrible, terrible people. But you shouldn't be using the swap feature anyway because you're going to pay an additional 0.75% fee that goes directly to the MetaMask company. So it's going to be extremely expensive to do that transaction anyway. Within your MetaMask wallet, go to the website app.uniswap.org. Or, if you want to bridge it over, what you should do is go to bridge.pulsechain.com. Okay, link in description below. Click on the link, bridge.pulsechain.com. You can bridge your eHex from Ethereum, the land of Ethereum, into the land of PulseChain. I'll show you what that looks like. So let's say that you have some eHex, right? You forgot about it. You just want to get rid of it maybe. Maybe you want to exchange it for pHex or PLS, the new thing. INC token perhaps. Like I said earlier, bridge.pulsechain.com. Look on the screen here. You're going to see an IPFS link. You're going to click this IPFS link. If you're on a desktop, you can also run it locally on your desktop. It's also very cool. Click the IPFS link. Don't be scared. Do not be scared. Click it, connect your wallet, search for your coins over here, right? So you've got Hex over on the Ethereum side. Select Hex. Send all your Hex over from the land of Ethereum into the blockchain of PulseChain. PulseChain universe, okay? It's going to take you about 30 minutes after you pay the gas fee. Then what you do is go to app.pulsex.com. Link in description below. Same deal, right? Click on the IPFS link. This is going to launch the DEX. Then you can go ahead and say, after I bridged my eHex over, search for it here. Hex from Ethereum right here. Hex from Ethereum. You're going to search for that and you're going to swap it for whatever you want. So let's say I want to swap it for INC token. Let's say I had 1 million eHex. Well, for 1 million eHex today, you can buy, loading. You can buy 603 INC tokens. It's going to route it through the most efficient route. It's 2 steps, okay? Bridge it on bridge.pulsechain.com. Buy something else on app.pulsex.com. If that's what you want to do. Or you can just dump it out. Like, the moral of the story here is don't use the in-app swap on MetaMask. Hey, Silver the Antidote. Wow, Silver the Antidote. Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you so much for that tip, €100. A real tip for once. That's a man's tip. Just kidding, guys. Thank you so much, Silver. That is awesome. Big up, STA. Go follow Silver the Antidote. He's got I don't know, does he? Silver, are you still doing that group? He'll teach you about liquidity, okay? He'll teach you about a lot of advanced stuff. And he's still here. Good to know you're still here, dude. Good to know. Because a lot of these guys fall off, right? Everyone's a cheerleader. Everyone's a fan in the bull market. But Silver never went anywhere. Silver the Antidote. Let's see. Thanks so much for the tip, man. I'm going to show whatever you have going on. Let's see. Silver the Antidote on Twitter. Hey, he's got a little Hex logo. Yeah, I haven't logged into Twitter here, but I believe you can learn a lot from this guy. at silver_antidote. Thanks again, brother. I'll see you when I see you one day, one of these days. Government's trying to control the price of Bitcoin. I think writing on the wall if taxes can be paid in Bitcoin in the US. Yeah, I think the writing's already on the wall, but with the ETFs coming out. You know, they basically said if you can't beat them, join them. The reason that crypto is going to succeed is that everyone's greedy. It's very simple. Incentives are aligned. Even the government's greedy. The government does not have any interest in shutting Bitcoin down when it can become a middleman and steal everyone's Bitcoin and put some ETFs in the middle to make fees. They can make money on this too. And then you've got every other country essentially competing, right? So the US government's not just going to sit by and let China, what if China decides to be pro-Bitcoin? Well, if China's doing it, we got to do it, right? What if Russia's doing Bitcoin, then we have to be involved in Bitcoin. Hey, oh my God. Fast Abdul again with the tip. Fast Abdul again. This is a bribe. Camel Clan is taking over the memes on PulseChain. It's like Tang Gang for Chads. Camel Clan? Camel Clan, you say? Hold on a second. Let me see. Let me see how many liras that is. All right, $33, respectable. Illuminati number. Thanks for the TRY from the Camel Clan. Yeah, you might want to watch out, guys. Camel Clan might take over. I'm so scared. Win less pain, sir. Why no price go up on my monies? From Pump My Bag, dude. I'm trying. I'm out here. You know, I can give you some bullish news. As a member of the PulseChain Foundation, we're actually working on a new Fiat on-ramp. This one has been enabled by MEXC. I can't really say too much about it yet, but I believe pretty soon we're going to be getting a new Fiat on and off ramp. Not an exchange, but rather a place to buy PLS worldwide, including the USA. This is going to be redundant, okay? So just in case Coast ever goes down or in case Change Now ever goes down, it's good to have backup options. And this one is a little bit cheaper in terms of fees than Change Now. So it's going to allow you to buy PLS with credit card, debit card, Google Pay, Apple Pay in the USA. I can't tell you which one it is, but it's something kind of like Transact. Okay. And we're going to be funding this one pretty soon. So have fun talking shit about that one, cowards. Can you swap it for the Rabby wallet? Can you swap it on the Rabby wallet? I'm going to switch over. JPerry014. Yes, you can definitely use Rabby wallet. I definitely like Rabby better. I have it. I use it. Big fan of Rabby. But yeah, you don't swap within the wallet typically. Okay, you go to a website, you connect your wallet, and you swap it there. So again, if you're talking about that eHex again, just go to app.uniswap. Well, no. You'd have to go to CowSwap if you really just want to dump it. Swap.cow.fi. Swap.cow.fi. Look here, guys. Swap.cow.fi. This is CowSwap. You're actually going to get a better deal over here as well. You're going to get a better deal. And if you want to buy or sell eHex, you could do it over here. But guys, why would you want to pay the fees why would you even want to do this when you can just get on over to PulseChain? So much more opportunity over there, cheaper fees, faster transactions. Everything's better on PulseChain. We have it right now. It's awesome. You can go to gopulse.com. There's a swap feature over here too. Look, there's all this, you could swap just the same on the gopulse.com website. There's a lot of different front-end websites for swapping, but you just connect your wallet that's on your browser, right? So it's like a browser extension, right? Or if you got it on mobile, then you need to actually go to the mobile browser within the app. So if you've got a MetaMask app on your phone, go to the browser within the app. Then you can connect your wallet. You could swap here. You could swap on app.pulsex.com. You could swap on gopulse.com. These are the PulseChain DEXs, okay? Cheaper, faster, more coins, more potential, newer, better community. World's largest airdrop. Also, you could go, if you really want to go on Ethereum, try swap.cow.fi, but the fees are higher. all you can really trade is eHex. eHex is old news, okay? pHex is the hot new thing. So try that. Silver! Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. Thanks again, man. Thank you again. Very generous. Very, very generous. That'll help me pay my bills. That'll help me pay my TikTok guys. If you'd like to donate or support the channel, I've got a Patreon. Talk to me one-on-one. If you're an absolute beginner, I do have a course, hexpassiveincome.com, link in description below. Incredible bang for your buck. There's a limited time offer right now, 25% off if you're brand new to crypto only. If you're advanced, if you want one-on-one mentorship, you can book a call with me. Or, donations are awesome. I love all the super chats because literally all this stuff, most of these funds, right? I just either buy more crypto or I funnel it back into I funnel it back into the channel, right? I got a team that makes my YouTube shorts, my TikToks, my Instagrams. So if you like those, that's kind of how I do it. Pateus.io. Let's talk about this one. Jay Perry says, I'm holding. Shout out to you, Jay Perry. Survive till 2025, everybody. Survive till 2025. That's the motto, okay? That's what you got to do. Diamond hands means delaying gratification. It means buying when there's blood in the streets. It's the hardest thing to do psychologically. But it's what works in crypto. Thank you, Silver, again for the 33 euro. Guys, okay, here's a hot new tip. If you're exchanging, if you're trading on the PulseChain network and you want to combine all the major DEXs together, 9-inch, 9mm, SparkSwap, FUX, PulseX. If you want to make sure you're definitely getting the best deal, go to Piteus.io, Piteas.io. I just made a TikTok about this too. Launch the app. This is my favorite. Honestly, I use this all the time. I use Piteus all the time because it's going to route you through all 4 or 5 DEXs. You're going to get the most bang for your buck. You're going to get more coins. All right, you're going to get more coins. Crypto Artie, thank you for the tip, brother. Always good to see Crypto Artie. Biggest optimist in the game. Fortunate newbies who arrive at these levels. Oh, shit. GBP. Not great. Yeah, pounds, not euros. My bad. Crypto Artie says, yeah, I'm an ignorant American, okay? I get a pass. All we know is just Walmart and 7-Eleven big gulps over here. Crypto Artie says, fortunate newbies who arrive at these levels will be the same ones who onboard for the next cycle. Those that were able to take advantage and DCA throughout the Bloody Bear will be rewarded tremendously. Thank you, Crypto Artie. Thank you for the tip. Couldn't agree more. Look, if you're lucky enough to be watching now, if you're lucky enough to be a new onboard right now, you got to ignore the past 2 years of pain, the bloodbath. Okay, so this is actually, I kind of envy people that are just hearing about this right now because number one, you get to get a better deal than me, right? Basically, I sacrificed for PulseChain at prices that are higher than this. Now, granted, the price of Hex was way higher too, so it worked out in all of our favor. So maybe that's not the best way to frame it. But look, you can buy PLS right now for 50% less than the early guys did. You can buy PulseX right now for 80% less than the early guys did. Hex is at levels that haven't been seen since 2020. Under a penny, okay? Can you imagine if Hex ever gets to a penny? Who remembers? Who remembers that one? Hey, now we get to say it again. Gee, I sure hope this whole Hex thing works out. I'm pretty sure it's gonna at this point. My conviction's only gotten stronger over the years. All right, more people building, more people spreading the message. People come and go. What the fuck is a kilometer? Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Freedom, baby. What the fuck? I got a big gulp in my hand. Das eHex, they want a pHex. Yeah, nice name. Enjoy your big gulp. It's not good for you though. Naughty. You're a naughty boy. Silver says, Matt's a legend. Thanks for all the videos you put out, my man. True G. No problem, bro. Hey, I think I'm renting a podcast studio pretty soon, as in this week. So I'm here right now in a new location, my orange background, right? Hopefully I'll have a little more professional setup pretty soon. And because why not, right? Why not? Just funnel it back to the channel. Walking down Richard Hart Avenue right now, RH for the win. Is that a real avenue? Steve, if you're seriously walking down Richard Hart Avenue, you need to stop what you're doing. Take a picture of the Richard Hart Avenue sign and post it on Twitter, get a shit ton of likes, and tag Richard and tag PulseChain and Hex. Maybe steal it. Just kidding. Wiener Boy is a case of sour grapes to me. Well, he's a young kid. At first I was like, this guy's an idiot, but then I'm like, he's a college grad. He probably got approached by some lawyers. Some of these lawyers are just vultures, right? They're just rent-seeking vultures. They're going to try to get anything they can out of these people and just shake them down. And they barked up the wrong tree. They didn't realize that PulseChain is not the community to fuck with. If this guy would have held instead of dumping at the first dip, he could have sold. That's the thing too, right? Because this class action lawsuit, which who knows, it might not amount to anything, right? I mean, we know there's a lot of desperate, sad little soy boys out there, but look, I mean, why would you claim a loss when there's mad gains right around the corner? But the funny thing is like they claim that he lost money by buying Hex at 0.42 cents, at 42 hundredths of a penny. He sold Hex at a loss? That doesn't even make any sense. I think there's an error in the lawsuit, but don't interrupt your enemy when they're making a mistake. It's the art of war. But how do you lose money? You bought Hex under a penny? If that really happened, if he bought Hex under a penny and somehow, I don't even think you could have lost money. I mean, if he bought Hex at 0.004, then he's still up. Does he know? Do you know that you have pHex now? Because pHex is worth half a penny. So you're up 25%. I hope you're watching. Think Richard will see it? I don't know. Wait, see what? Oh, in the RH Museum. Hey, whatever happened to that, lol? The RH Museum? I'm still waiting for it. I'm gonna go to the opening ceremony. It'll be cool when the prices are high. Or will it? It's all cringe. What's the Confucius quote? He who knows he is cringe is actually based. Next to Pumpamentals Boulevard, lol. Maybe steal it. No, Richard Hart Avenue. No, just Richard Avenue. I wish it said Hart. Oh, yeah. Richard Avenue. Well, it's okay. Diamond Hand Degenerate says, Internet Money is the only wallet acceptable to do swaps in. That's a good point, guys. Do you guys want another better option than MetaMask? Go to internetmoney.io right now and get this wallet. It's a great quality wallet. It's been double audited. It's got support for PulseChain, Ethereum, all the other major layer 1 blockchains, Avalanche, Phantom, all that crap. Okay, all your token logos are in there. It's got accurate token prices, okay? MetaMask doesn't have accurate token prices. MetaMask is going to tell you the wrong price. Internet Money is going to tell you the right price. It's got an alien theme. I like aliens. I kind of keep up with the whole alien thing. Look at this, guys. It's got like a 2-bit, or 8-bit rather, an 8-bit theme too. Start earning passive income. I mean, it looks fun, right? It's like crypto's supposed to be fun. Internet money, even the word internet money. Guys, the founder of this wallet is called, his name is KG. He's a PulseChain OG. He's not going anywhere. He's really as good as they come, okay? And he's built a solid product. I mean, they've got a token called Time Token as well, which lets you get dividends. Basically, imagine if all the swapping fees inside the wallet didn't go to MetaMask and instead went to the users. That's internet money. Okay, so all the people that own the Time Token, they get a proportional share of all the daily trading fees. So if you want to make passive income, you want to earn more Pulse, get this wallet, buy some time, and there you go. I was gifted some time, so I haven't actually bought it, okay? Truth be told. But it's got a pretty decent utility, right? Why give all the profits from the swapping to one single company when you can give it to the people? This is a very popular thing to do in crypto projects, right? It's like a profit sharing mechanism. Like your token itself is a profit share. But the cool thing about Time Token is you don't have to claim anything. You just get an automatic drip of PLS every single day. It just automatically comes to your wallet. You don't have to do anything at all. Get on the Apple App Store, get on the Google Play Store, or if you're a very smart crypto user, you would never be using crypto on your phone, right? Right, guys? Get it in the Chrome Web Store. Here's a security tip as well. If you're going to do crypto the right way, be careful, okay? You can have maybe a hot wallet on your phone, but don't keep more than a few $1,000s in there, okay? Your real money should be isolated away on a separate crypto-only laptop. You don't use it for anything else, okay? Don't be downloading weird stuff on Pirate Bay. Don't go to 123movies.com. Don't be looking at weird porn, you sickos. All right? Get a crypto-only laptop, only use it for crypto. Because one day your $10,000 bag might be worth $1 million. Then, how safe would you feel if that was on your phone? You can get mugged, you can lose your phone. God forbid you forgot to write down your seed words. Write down your seed words on a sheet of paper offline. Never, ever, ever write your seed words down on iCloud, OneNote, Dropbox, Google Drive. Don't do it. I know people personally that have gotten hacked because they thought they could do that. Don't take a screenshot of your private keys and put it on your iCloud. I know I'm saying this right now, and I know some of you watching have that same situation. You're sitting there with a literal picture of your private keys in your iCloud. Someone's going to hack you, dude. Someone will hack and steal all your money. So you can protect your private key when you set up a new wallet. Like let's say you set up Internet Money Wallet. They're going to give you 12 words. Treat these 12 words, protect them with your life, okay? It's digital money under the mattress. You can laminate them on a piece of laminated paper, so it's waterproof. You could stamp them into metal, so it's waterproof and fireproof. Do crypto the right way, guys. I teach you all this stuff for free, but some people don't listen. That's why a lot of people that buy my course are pretty happy with it, because when you pay attention. You pay money, you pay attention, right? You should be able to invest in your future and actually take it seriously. I think they meant 42 cents. Yeah, that's right, Mr. 25. They might have meant 42 cents, but we're gonna go with my way. Now, I don't know if they're gonna fix that. Toby Wan says lawyers being slimy. It's 0.0042, which is 0.42 of a cent. But by writing it as 0.42 cents, it makes it look like he took a huge loss. I mean, look, what do you got? Yeah, so we got two conflicting opinions there. Either the lawyers are being slimy, which some of them are. Some of them. Would not surprise me at all. Slimy lawyers. Or they meant to say 42 cents. Has anyone had eyes on Richard since Christmas? Well, he's on Twitter. He's tweeting. Basically, when you got an SEC lawsuit, I think his lawyers are advising him not to do... Like, this is just Occam's razor. He's probably just not speaking publicly because anything you say can and will be used against you, right? How is Exodus? I don't use Exodus. I heard Exodus got hacked a while back, so I wouldn't trust him ever again. KG has a family in the Pulse Mafia game. More about the Pulse Mafia game, guys. We're going to hear a lot about that. New game coming to PulseChain on top of a gambling platform, PulsePot.io. Also, PulsePredict.io. Let me just show you guys something. PulsePredict.io. You can literally do sports betting, guys. A $200 billion industry. Sports betting. Anybody like soccer? Sorry, football. Euro 2024 is able to bet on right now. You could bet on it with crypto on PulseChain Network. You know, Mike Tyson, you know, Jake Paul. If they fight, I don't know, I heard it was canceled. If they fight, you can bet on it over on PulseChain. Tour de France, bet on it on PulseChain. Paris 2024, bet on it on PulseChain. All right, guys. We're coming up at an hour. That's not eyes. Yeah, dude, I don't have eyes. I'm not looking at Richard Hart right now, bro. Is Richard Hart sitting in front of me? Nah, dude. All right. Big gulps are diabetes in a cup. True, true. Check out RH's tweet from 20 minutes ago. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, shall we? 20 minutes ago, eh? The USA is dumping Bitcoin on your heads. 16 minutes ago, another $241 million was sent to Coinbase because someone else was convicted of a crime. The government is now harming the value of your coins. Why not burn the coins like they do weed and coke? Do they burn the weed and the coke? I've heard some of them have a little after parties to themselves. Yeah, that sucks, guys. Look, if you lose your Bitcoin, the government, like if you do a crime and the government takes it away, the government just sells it on the market. So, pretty lame. Pretty lame. Not looking good for Bitcoin. Look, you got to be ready for everything. This is crypto. It's the most volatile asset class in the history of the world. That means you got to be ready for Bitcoin going down to $50,000. What would you do right now? Would you panic? Would you cry? Would you buy more? I don't like buying Bitcoin, but the whole market would be hurt by that. So Bitcoin could correct to 50K. Doesn't seem too likely, but it's a possibility. Just be ready for anything, guys, because the price you pay for the mad gains is extreme volatility. Extreme volatility. Mr. 25 says no one can say they've actually seen. Dude, I mean, how many people out there have you actually seen? He's around. Okay, he's around. He's responsive. He's tweeting. I mean, if it makes you nervous, look at his Twitter. You think that's somebody else? He might need our help. 25 says he might need our help. Of course he does. That's what we're doing. We're all helping. We're all doing our little part, okay? I got an amicus brief signed for the SEC lawsuit. Well, you guys all did because you signed a petition. Good for you guys, right? Everyone building on PulseChain, we're all doing our part. Everyone's spreading the message. We're helping out when he can't really talk right now. Don't worry about it, man. We're going to be okay. A tweet can be made by anyone. Dude, look. If you don't think he's okay, I can't just hold your hand and keep telling you everything's going to be all right. Okay? I believe he is. If you don't believe he's fine, his lawyers have his hands tied right now, okay? If you had an SEC lawsuit going on, I'm sure your lawyers, if they were good, would tell you, hey, maybe don't get on camera right now. Typically getting a 39% pullback after the pre-halvening run-up, so this dumpage could make that a reality. 45K Bitcoin incoming. Toby Wan, how bearish of you, Toby. How bearish of you, Toby. Don't FUD my bags, bro. Yeah, we could see 45K Bitcoin. I don't know. What's the price of Bitcoin right now? BTC USD. Uh-oh, a little dip-a-rooney. We dipped all the way to 58K. Here's the funny part, too. Everyone's like, oh my God, huge Bitcoin dip. Like, all right, from 73K to now, that's a 16% dip, okay? Bitcoin has had a 16% dip from its all-time high. Do you not understand? I mean, look, people, this is like on the news, right? You're going to see headlines. Epic Bitcoin dump. Epic crash. Bitcoin, retail is terrified. Everything's scary. It dipped 16%. Like, that's a day in PulseChain. It's literally a daily candle in PulseChain. Now, Bitcoin is the most mature. It's got the highest liquidity, so you're not going to see it move as much, but it's still the most volatile asset class of all time. It's the least volatile asset in the most volatile asset class. So it's still going to move more than Tesla, Facebook, Microsoft. It's still going to move way more than gold. But I guess because it's now normie world, Bitcoin is like normieville. Everyone's like going nuts about a 5 or 10% dip. Maybe just because they don't understand that you're playing a different game now. When you're playing in crypto, you have extreme volatility. Richard used to say it's a feature, not a bug, right? Because it can go down faster than you ever thought possible. It can also go up faster than you could ever possibly imagine and higher than you could ever possibly imagine. So, look, July 2nd is going to be a big day. I hope ETH decouples from Bitcoin. I hope all the government selling and the Mt. Gox and Germany and the USA, I hope that doesn't overpower the inflows in the near term from the Ethereum ETFs. But get ready for, it's not as simple as July 2nd, we're going to $10,000 ETH. Okay. There might be a lag on these things. There might be a sell the news on these things. I'm still accumulating. I'm actually accumulating a bit of ETH as well. For the first time in a long time, I've made a buy into ETH. Just because I think the ETF is right around the corner. Double top, going for a triple top. 25 says, waiting to hear the Bitcoin is dead to start filling my bags again. Yeah, you're always going to hear Bitcoin is dead, right? It's funny. Watch this. Bitcoin obituaries. Bitcoinobituaries.com. They still have this? Bitcoin obituaries. Bitcoin has died 11 times in 2020. Bitcoinobituaries.com. Wow, maybe they got rid of the website. I have no idea. Anyway, tweets not mentioned. Let's see. Double top going for a triple top. Salud. Coffee. Salud, Ram. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? eHex, they want a pHex. He defa watches Hex streamers. He even mentions some of the stuff said in streams. He's probably in chats. Can change your name in 5 seconds. You talking about Richard? I would bet a lot of money that Richard will watch this at some point. At least 20 minutes of it, right? You can see the top viewers of your YouTube on, you can get special analytics software that shows you who your top fans are. He's there, guys. He's in the background. He's just watching. He's probably having meetings with his devs, probably making updates to PulseX, probably got a lot of stuff on the timeline, right? The backlog. Shout out to Hexo's new business, Hexo Bidets. Yes, shout out to Hexo's Bidets. Clean your butthole with Hexo's Bidets. I hope that's a real business. Or is it a bull flag? Are we talking about Bitcoin? How do I look at my ERC20 tokens on PulseChain, asks Timmy. Well, your ERC20 copies, I think is what you meant to say. But yeah, you can go to gopulse.com. Timmy, good question. So you have a copy of all your coins, right? May 13th, 2023. Remember, if you had Ethereum coins, you now have a copy. So you can go really quick. This might be actually what you want, right? Go to gopulse.com, go to activity. Oops, don't do that. Go to apps and go to start. So gopulse.com/start. Copy paste your wallet address in here. Copy paste it, press enter. It's going to show you exactly how many coins you have and how much they're all worth. But if you just want to check on the prices of them, go to the home page, gopulse.com, link in description below. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. You can see here under this section of forked coins, you can see what all the forked coins are worth. So some popular ones are PCRO, P-Cream, P-Wrapped Bitcoin, PENS, PPDI, PPBAL, or PBAL Balancer, ApeCoin, Mana, GNO, Gnosis, YFI, Year in Finance, Sand, LUSD, PAXG, the gold thing, Aave, Lido, Ethereum name service. Yeah, look, you can show all the coins too. And you could actually just see, usually they're going to have like a purple and blue logo. Okay, they're going to look exactly like the other logo, but it's going to be purple and blue. And I think gopulse.com does a really good job. Now there's another website called PulseCoinList. PulseCoinList.com. You guys should bookmark this one because they just made some updates too. They've got really cool tools where you can actually compare. All right, so you can see all the coins over here. It's like kind of basically PulseChain has its own coin ranking site. Did you know that PulseChain has its own coin ranking site? PulseCoinList.com. One of the cool things you can do is you can see, where is it? You can compare the ERC20 to PRC20s. So if you go to stats and click on ERC versus PRC, it's pulsecoinlist.com/compare. You can actually see how much is, for example, the DAI stablecoin worth versus the DAI stablecoin on Ethereum. And you can see all these different coins. You could actually filter out. So if we click on outlier removed, click on outliers removed, and we'll search by percent difference. So you can see a lot of these coins, Hedron, for example, is 7% higher on PulseChain. Or wait, no, that's not right. Is this? Yeah, okay. Hedron, 7% higher on PulseChain. Hex on Ethereum is 10% higher. So there's actually arbitrage opportunities here sometimes. Hex on Ethereum is 0014. Hex on PulseChain is 0055. Almost 3 times higher. It's actually not, wow, the gap on eHex to pHex, I'm kind of shocked by that. The gap is closing in pretty quick. It's back to a 3-to-1 ratio. I remember when it was at a 2-to-1 ratio for like 6 months straight, then it crashed down to like 10-to-1. Now it's back up to 3-to-1. 3 eHex equals 1 pHex. Man, parity is it's still a possibility, as crazy as that is to say. Parity is still on the table, even though I'm not really betting on that, okay? But it would be cool if it found a ratio and stayed there and stayed locked there for a while. That would be very nice. Because I've still got a whole bunch of eHex stakes, and I'm not going to emergency end stake them. Not at this point, right? Dogecoin. Look, your Dogecoin is worth 4 or 5% of what Dogecoin was worth on Ethereum. So let's say you had $100 of Dogecoin. You got $5 of Dogecoin on PulseChain. PulseCoinList.com, guys. PulseCoinList/compare. Pretty good website. Lol, he giggled at penis. Yes, I did, Briz. Yes, I did. I have the sense of humor of a 5-year-old. That's why I enjoy dick with butt. The premier meme coin on PulseChain. DWB. Let's see how DWB's doing. I don't actually own any DWB. I'm waiting for a dumperoonie. Oh my god, look at that dump. Dumpy McDumptown. All right. Yeah, I'm going to wait for it to go lower. I think it can probably fall 50% more. Then maybe I'll ape in. I don't want to go overextended on the meme coins because there's so many of them. But some of them do have staying power, right? Like DWB will probably be around. Teddy Bear will probably be around. I don't know, 9inch. 9inch has some stuff like PP token. That'll be around for a while. Crypto Stylist. Hello, hello. Good to see you, Crypto Stylist. And Zenith. Hell yeah, we got both Zenith and Crypto Stylist. A couple of OGs in the chat. And Sloth. Wow, all you OGs are just coming right now. Were you somewhere else? You had something better to do today? Just messing. Duke of Boo says, cheers, everyone. Cheers, cheers. Don't think that ETH is getting the gas fees fixed this cycle. IMO at least another 3 years. Well, Zenith, they are going to have the new EIP is going to have sponsored transactions, which will allow certain apps to sponsor the gas fee on behalf of the user. This is going to come out in mid-2025. So you're going to see a big, big update in my opinion. But that's fine too, because guess what? Then PulseChain can do the same thing, right? I think in 5 more years, by the next cycle, I don't think gas fees will be the primary topic of discussion. But for now they are. And it's a useful marketing tool. And it's useful, and it's nice to say PulseChain is cheaper than Ethereum. So we're going to roll with that. We're going to roll with that. Hey, you guys. Archie says, and Chaos too. Johnny Chaos. Why did all of the OGs just pop in at the same time? Zenith, Crypto Stylist, Sloth, and Johnny Chaos, and Briz within like 10 seconds of each other. And Red Squirrel. And Archie. I don't know. A lot of you guys are OGs. Man, we got 1,300 viewers. 1,300 viewers. Shout out to all you guys. That's a lot. I wonder how many are on each platform. Let me see. 1,348 viewers. I'm sure most of those are on Twitter. Let's find out. And Johnny Chaos and Brit. Within like 10 seconds. 1,000 are on Twitter. So, you Twitter addicts out there, you're all Twitter addicts, all of you. And me too, guys. Me too. Me too. We just got out of our coping meeting. Yeah, Copeaholics Anonymous. You forgot me, just was never really active. Robert McLeod. I remember you, dude. I remember your name, at least. And Corey Geary. Can I join the Cabal? Yes, you can. Corey is a proud Cabal member, as am I. Proud to be part of the Hex PulseChain Cabal. Just trying to make it better little by little every single day. It's glorious, guys. Best Cabal in town. Lunchtime in the USA, home time in the EU. Good point, good point. It's about 1 p.m. where I'm at. 190 on YouTube. Not bad, not bad. It's a great community. Honestly, best community. Best community in all of crypto. Seriously. In all of crypto. Retweet the stream so we can keep coffee streaming for longer. What's up, Lights Out? How you doing? Lights Out, good to see you. Thank you for your contributions to everything. Coffee, Win PLS, Yacht Club, and PR. When this shit goes 100x, man, you're invited. You are definitely invited when that happens. Let's see. Let's just scroll through Twitter and see. Julian Assange just got released. Julian Assange, the WikiLeaks founder, has got released out of jail. He basically exposed a lot of stuff, guys. A lot of corruption, child sex rings, all this crazy stuff. Julian Assange is a hero. And I wonder why just now they're doing this, right? You got to understand that the Democrats, like the incumbents, do a lot of things right before election season to make it seem like they're the good guys. They prop up the economy. They inflate everything. They let people go. I mean, I think Trump would have let Julian Assange go as well, but they're trying to make it look like the zombie president that we have is actually a good guy. I mean, look, he's not even a good guy or a bad guy. He's basically a dead guy. All right. Shout out to Whitney Crypto, or Whitney Magic, rather. I see her making some content. UAE bans crypto payments. Interesting. The UAE bank has made it illegal to use cryptocurrencies for payments. Yikes. Well, you know, people talk about the UAE as like the haven for Europe, and then Puerto Rico being the tax haven for the USA. I'm not gonna lie, Puerto Rico is not very crypto friendly. And if you want to use crypto in your job, right, in the USA, or in Puerto Rico, it's not very easy, right? They're not gonna let you do any transactions to a Puerto Rican bank account with crypto. So if you have a Puerto Rican bank account and you try to buy crypto on Coinbase, right? Coinbase, you'd be like, oh, it's the most, Coinbase is safe. It's been around so long. Brian Armstrong, everyone loves him. They'll shut your bank account off, which is kind of ironic because everyone is moving to Puerto Rico because of the crypto tax savings. Think about it this way. If you move to crypto, then when it comes time to take profit, 1.5, 2 more years from now, whenever that might be, wouldn't you rather pay 20% less in gains, capital gains? Wouldn't you rather basically save 20%? You're also helping the price chart by not having to sell 20% more to cover your tax bill. But I get it. It doesn't work out for everybody's lifestyle. If you got a family and kids, like I don't think I would. Well, I know people raising kids in Puerto Rico, and it's kind of cool, right? Your kid gets to be bilingual. Like there's some decent school systems if you can afford them. But I totally understand the appeal of mainland USA. I really do get it. I have a newfound appreciation for the USA, like the mainland, right? Everything works. It's a first world country. The goddamn US of A. Freedom. McDonald's. Just the conveniences, the first world amenities that we have in the USA. Like, I never thought I'd feel so patriotic about the USA, but living in Puerto Rico, when I come back to the USA, it's incredible, man. We got it pretty good over here. UAE and Germany equals down. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't use crypto for payments, but they didn't ban it for investing. You can still probably trade and invest it over there, it sounds like. So Puerto Rico's kind of tough, you know what I mean? You got to jump through some hoops. Great news that Assange got released. Let's see what happens next. He had to plead guilty. Now the powers have jurisdiction on foreign media, including individuals. Oh, geez. That's the catch. Thank you, Hex Amigo. See, there's always a catch. There's always a catch. So now the powers that be in the USA can influence foreign media and control people talking about him, or him talking, maybe. You are so wrong on Biden. That's an immature view. Okay, bro. You triggered? You can unsubscribe. If you think Biden's calling the shots, he's a puppet, man. They're both puppets. I think people that get way too emotionally invested in who's the president, you're missing the point. There's been a shadow government running everything for a long time. A long, long time. Never mind the man behind the curtain. I kept my AZ Bank of America account for crypto, lol. Yeah, Bank of America's fine for crypto. Lights Out says Nagabo's voodoo is keeping Biden animated. I think I've seen a movie about it, lol. Yeah. You can't talk about politics, though. People are going to cry, right? People get so emotional. Same thing with people that are way too into Trump as well. I mean, it's like, relax, guys. You only have the illusion of choice. Hey, Mout. John Mout says, hey, Coffee. First time catching you live. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe the supply of token copies are lower compared to the ETH versions because only self-custody coins were copied. That is true. That is true. Let's see. So, like wrapped Bitcoin, for example, on Ethereum, you can mint as many wrapped Bitcoin as you want. On PulseChain, the supply is final because the smart contracts for minting it don't really work anymore. So you could actually make the argument that P-wrapped Bitcoin is more scarce than wrapped Bitcoin on the Ethereum side. So yeah, the supply is very down on a lot of that stuff. That's a good point. It's a good point, John. And also, yes, that's a good. Another point to make is that a lot of exchanges held these copied coins, right? So imagine how many of the DAI were held by exchanges. Imagine how many of the like USDC and the USDT are held by exchanges. Now, if the exchanges find out that they have all this free money, I think they'd probably just dump it. So that's a risk. That's risk, right? It's kind of a big risk. Like, people are like, oh, what if we tell like Coinbase that they have a free copy of all their DAI? I don't think that's such a good idea, guys. I mean, look, go ahead. But if they find out that they've got a free airdrop worth, a couple $1 million, you really think they're going to care at all about supporting the price, supporting the chain? I mean, look at what happened when everyone got their Bitcoin Cash, right? They dumped it. Crypto Stylist says $154,000 Bitcoin on PulseChain. I love that price call. I'm bullish on that. Bullish on 150K Bitcoin. Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty doable. I'd be happy with 120. I don't know. Richard seems to think 240,000 is possible. Why not go big, right? Why not just shoot really high? And if we don't make it there, whatever. UK elections are July 4th, and November 5th is in the US. Oh, so it's crisscrossed. That's interesting. So the UK elections are on the 4th of July, but that's our Independence Day. then the US elections are on November 5th, and that's UK Independence Day. How does the UK have an Independence Day? I didn't actually know. I thought everybody was celebrating independence from the UK. I thought you guys were like the #1 exporters of Independence Days. When do you think Pulse and INC hit previous all-time high, this year or next? Edward M. Oh, man. Mid 2025. I think next year. At this point, I got to say next year. Oh, Crypto Stylist says supply is 154,000. Yeah, the supply is very low. I thought that was a price call. I thought that was definitely a price call. Oops. All right. What else? Afternoon all. Hello, Ted. Gunpowder Plot says, what does that mean? Gunpowder Plot? I don't understand. What else is going on in the world? What else is going on? The cast of Vampire Diaries was arrested for flashing drivers on the freeway. Crazy. Yeah, guys. Europe has to have an election every 5 years and make the announcement randomly. I have no idea how politics in other countries work. All right, guys. We've got 1,400 people. PulseX is the best. That's right, Zoo. PulseX definitely has the most potential to bounce back. I'll say that. Just because look at how far it dipped, right? The elasticity on PulseX is very strong. It's also very interesting if you look at the INC chart. Look at INC versus PLS. But look at the ratio here. How stable has this ratio been? It's really weird that the ratio has just found this flat line and it's just staying there. What you're seeing right now is the INC chart plotted in terms of PLS. So one INC token will buy you 54,000 PLS tokens. But this has been a dream in terms of yield farming because we've almost had zero impermanent loss ever since March. So March, April, May, June, we've had like 4 months of just nothing but yield. I love this chart because I'm now in the PulseX INC pool. And let me just point that out, guys. Look at how much money you could earn on these yield farms right here. If you want to join a yield farm, if you're bullish on all the blue chips, what are the blue chips on PulseChain, guys? Remember, PulseX, PLS, Hex, INC. All right. If you're bullish on these, you could hold both of them, and you do have impermanent loss risk, but you can get paid 14% on the PulseX Pulse pool. That means if you have $100,000, you make $14,000 a year in the form of INC token. And if INC token goes up in USD, then the APR goes up as well. Hex PLS is currently paying out 30% APR. So if you bond Hex and PLS 50-50, $50,000 of Hex, $50,000 of Pulse, currently you're making $30,000 a year on that. This one's very interesting. ETH PLS. ETH PLS is very interesting for this current time being because, well, let's go find the price chart on that. Let's go find the price chart on ETH PLS. This one's very interesting though because you can get paid 45% APY to hold half ETH and half Ethereum because I think both of them are going to go up relatively soon. Relatively soon. So let's hop over to DEXscreener.com. We're going to go here. ETH PLS. Let's look at the ratio. ETH has been gaining on PLS lately. Definitely gaining on it. At some point that might correct. It might revert back to the mean at some point. Okay. So what do you think is going to happen? I think probably ETH pumps first, Pulse pumps second, but if you want to capture both of those moves and get paid to hold those, as long as you understand impermanent loss, I've got previous videos about it, go ahead and join that yield farm. But really these two down here, Inc PLS and Inc PLSX, 34% and 38% APY to hold what is currently a flatline ratio. It's like when you're a yield farmer, you want low volatility and high volume. And that's what you're getting on this. You want low volatility because that's low impermanent loss, as long as you're locked in at that ratio. Hey, we've got a subscription, Felix Cabral. That sounds an awful lot like Felix Cabal, sir. Thank you for joining. Thank you for subscribing to my Cabal. Thank you. Appreciate that a lot. The farms on PulseChain have been very good to me. Yes, they have, 25. HexScot will not work. There's probably an API issue or like an RPC issue right now. Give it some time. Give it some time. It'll be back. How you feeling about Atropa, says Robert. I'm a bit torn. Can't really decide if it's a good call or not loaded up on PDI. I think this is according to Maria, right? Maria says that the whole Atropa ecosystem is premised on PDI pegging. I can't even say that I believe that. But if you're going to take the least risky gamble, I'd get into PDI before I join some random Atropa, like whatever they are, the weird symbols and all that stuff. But, I know, go follow Coexistent Steven. He can probably tell you more. I'm not fully sold on it, right? I'm not fully sold on, and people are going to get triggered when I say this, okay? Like, people are making money in Atropa, so for the people making money, congratulations, right? Seriously. But to me, it feels like, for me personally, try not to get offended, feels like wishful thinking and trying to connect dots that aren't necessarily always there. Now, if you think I'm wrong, go make a YouTube channel. Go talk about it on YouTube. Coffee dunking on the UK law. You got to dunk on the UK whenever you can. I just think it's a lot of, I haven't heard many good explanations, right? But yeah, you can liquidity bond coin A to coin B and make it so that the only way to buy coin B is to buy coin A first. And yeah, that is sticky in a bull market. So that's something I could say about Atropa. It's definitely sticky in a bull market. It's kept a lot of attention. It's been a huge attention sink for people. You've got Coexistent Steven, you've got Saint Wolf Crypto. Go like and subscribe to both of those guys. Saint Wolf Crypto and Coexistent Steven. They could probably tell you more than I about Atropa. But I'm not fully involved, and I'm not really invested in almost anything except for a little tiny bag of PDI. And I mean little compared to the rest of my bags. I really do. I'm still not betting the farm on PDI either, but if it even goes to a penny, if it even goes to 10 cents, right, that's good enough for me. Have an appointment to take. Just wanted to say your helper vids are great. Looking forward to the coming pump. Take care. Thank you, 25. Thank you. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up for the day. Come back in 45 minutes. I'm going to be talking to Jay Pulsepot from pulsepredict.io. He's got a new game coming out called Pulse Mafia. We're going to see what that's all about. I have no idea what that's all about. We're going to find out. Like, subscribe on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and now Instagram too. I'm on Instagram, so go check that out as well.